very violent and aggressive, people, and like really just people are struggling to survive. And then you have these, militant groups who are roaming around, mercenaries and bandits, armies. Um, and the reason why is because that's the environment that this gang, when they go to this other world, they can, interact with, and a lot of cases have violent struggle with. Um, the key point of the show is that it's a secret that they are keeping from everybody else, and so that's going to be like just the one kind of thing. And I think that it would be possible because there'd be like a little bit of magic that the characters would know, but all the magic which I'm having, or all the magic I have is it's subtle and it's more of an invisible type of magic. So like if a guy gets injured, well he's healed. He'll have a scar, as a result. But maybe they'll figure out how to get rid of the scars. But if the problem ever arises, like their secret could be discovered, well maybe they could use magic to keep it hidden. And if maybe who knows, if they can't keep it hidden, they have to resort to a violent means to keep their secret safe. So I was kind of thinking and wondering, what if like one of the storylines that a rival gang at the school discovers their secret, and that it's a question like, well, either they all know or some of them know, and so the gang, the Dagger, they decide, all right, well, we have to kill them all, and I think that would just be, man, just a crazy thing to see and witness, because it's the ultimate idea is that it explores these ideas of teenage violence. And what is violence? What is acceptable violence? Why do you need violence? Kind of thing. I would want the audience to think about. And this is also why it's not. I'm not going to force anything on the characters or on the actors. It's up to them to decide. Well, how far do you want your character to go? Like if a female actor wants to explore the idea, like, well, what if my character's raped or attempted rape? And if she's part of this gang, if she's part of the Dagger, and she knows how to fight, and she knows how to kill, will she kill the guy, as a result too? Or would she just be, powerless? And then what sort of result, what sort of effect on herself would this be? So I'm not, it's like really ultimately, you're going to get a better actor, or you can give the actor more experience, the harder the stuff you present to them, or harder stuff that they can, are allowed to have. The summers would be where these guys go to this other world because school's out, and they just go on military campaign. It's their involvement with different people on this other world, just kind of wandering around, fighting, meeting people. If there is a military campaign going on, they would join that, and there'd be battles involved with that. Of course, that means that so you have to have armies, and whenever you have a lot of people and in costume, that's always a real iffy thing. But I think that, to get started, just keep it real small, low-key things. It's like they'll be guards for a caravan, or, they go to some town, just get involved in whatever little thing going on there. Really just stuff to keep the budget down. And whatever budget, or and if the show does generate a profit, like some shows get millions of dollars. The other thing is that all these stars, they're going to get paid, a decent salary. And in fact, what I may do is just have it written in the contract, like, well, you're not really going to get paid. Like, you'll get a stipend here and there, but you're not going to get paid until you graduate from high school, and then you get this huge lump sum check. And as a result, by that point, the kid is an adult, 18 years old, so they get paid. You would pay them an adult, an adult salary, and they get a heck of a lot more money that way. So, that's one of my little ideas. But also, I would say, hey, any kid that wants to try out for this show or be involved, they could send in a video, or they could, audition, and regardless of where they are, either in the United States or around the world, they could send in a video and say, hey, I want to participate. This is, this would be my character. This is my physical prowess. And based off of that, we could okay, yeah, let's get this guy in. And also, like, especially if the kid, has had prior acting experience. Bring him in, and if they could, play a character that was like, fresh off the boat, some ethnic foreign kid, just somebody that really let's explore this idea of like who are people that come to America, and what sort of or what sort of things do the kids go through, because they can't make friends, or they're considered different, they're foreigners. So because of that, because they're isolated, the idea of the gang is that it's going to take in these little lone guys who get picked on, and that's that's, like I said, it's part of the gang mentality, is that we're going to bring in these guys who have nobody else to rely on, and we're going to make them rely on us, or get involved in our gang, and that way they're going to be more loyal to us, and they're going to be more willing to put themselves forward, more they're going to struggle and strive, because they realize, oh hey, the harder I work in this group, the more I fight, the more I train, the more esteem I get, the more luxuries I receive as a result too. Don't have good and bad characters. Have selfish characters. Have everybody be selfish. That's more realistic. That's why people like Sopranos. It's people being selfish. And The Wire too. You have these flawed characters, and but they're all selfish in their own way. They all have their own selfish desire. So let's have that. Let's explore that. I think what would probably be one of the results too is that once these kids get to become seniors and they're in charge, there's like little militant groups, or militant squads. They would form in this gang. You'd see showboating, and maybe even like they would purposely stage things so that they would get killed as a result. And like, oh, how dramatic of a death they can have. And if in the fights a character or one of the actors doesn't pretend to get injured, or they don't do a proper death scenario scene or whatever, I'd say, all right, well, guess what? Now we have to start over, and you know what? Everybody's going to be gunning for you, and they're more likely going to kill you now. So now or I'm just not going to show your character being killed at all, which would probably be real upsetting. So that's the leverage I'd have for the actors, and that don't try to just skimp out of it. Don't try to say, oh, I didn't get hurt, or I didn't get killed. Like, no, I want to see you stumble. I want to see you mess up. I want to see your character put himself into a position, fight, and if the result is this, you get killed. That's more of an impact, an emotional impact for the audience. Which is just better, TV drama. You would see, and then also the way I would try to frame it is that so you get all these different people, all these different kids in the freshman year, and you would figure out like, okay, well, which guys can act, which guys can act but are not physically able, and which guys well, they think they can act, but we'll make them background characters. Or really, we'll make them stunt doubles, or not stunt doubles, part of the kill team. And also what I kind of wanted to I'd say is the guys who are not physically attractive, kind of ugly, they got facial deformities or whatever, those would be the stars on this other world. They would be the characters on this other world. These people who because the idea is that because it's an ugly world, ugly place, and there's no health, and this and that. That's where you'd see people with facial scars and pock marks and missing teeth, busted noses, this and that. So like if you had a guy say, "Well, I'm an actor," and they are an actor, yeah, all right. Well, then this is the role we're going to put you in. This is the position we're going to put you in. I like kind of like how Stephen King, his a lot of his work, when it's made into movies, not visually beautiful people. It's more realistic people, and that's I think would be a way to work that in. Then you have all the beautiful people be the ones on Earth. So, but that's more to prove this idea that this world is just dirty, crummy, scary. It's not pleasant, and then but the people on Earth are supposedly beautiful, more beautiful, or they have these things